Okay. Alright, here we go. I started the stream.
Hello.
Yeah.
How are you guys?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's live. We'll have to wait a bit.
Okay.
Okay, you might have to say hello again. I'm recording, so you can use that hello for the recording.
We're just gonna do that three or four times.
Yeah, just keep.
I'm getting an ad for some medieval game.
What, For Honor?
Oh yeah.
For Honor ad?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's. That might
Oh,
be
actually, I
good.
think they did see the hello. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, it did work. Okay,
It
good.
worked. There we go.
Hello.
Hello,
How are
my
you
friends.
guys?
It's like a pretty good game, I guess, sort of.
Is
Yeah,
someone
it looks pretty good.
Is someone missing from this tea time?
Someone is
No,
missing.
we've always had a tree in that bottom left corner.
Yeah, it's always yeah. Yeah, guys, look,
As far as I know.
there's no Brazil here today, but don't worry, our resident MMO Inks will be role playing as Brazil. He will be
That's right.
He will be trashing the game today.
Just
so-
like last week.
Yeah, just like last week, he was actually just practicing there. So now this is the main event for Inks. He is going to be the one shit talking the game the entire time, so that's good. And I don't know, flaming Reddit as well, flaming the community. So,
You are part of a small test to learn how viewers explore Twitch. Click browse to see what you're testing. What?
Oh yeah, they changed how Twitch works now. It's a bit different.
Oh, does it work now? Is that what they changed? That it works?
Wow. That's some
Yeah.
hot fire right there.
Because a couple of times last week I tried to load Twitch and nothing happened. It was
Yeah.
just this blank white screen that
Yeah.
nobody would load.
Twitch has been having some issues recently, but it's all right now.
Yeah,
think
I don't
it
have my
is.
glasses on right now. I don't know if you guys noticed, because it's freeing. It's a nice experience not to have my glasses on. I could see your faces pretty okay, and I could sort of read the chat.
Okay.
I need to find my glasses. I don't know where they are.
Well, do you not like contacts then as well? Like contacts piss you
No,
off? or something?
I don't like touching my eyes.
Oh yeah, shoot! I tried to put in contacts like a few years back for the first time, and it was just it did not take.
I can
It did not take.
I can actually imagine that. Like, fortunately, I'm blessed with eyes that don't seem to be deteriorating yet.
Yet,
Yeah.
you're young.
Yeah.
You're young. Okay, give it time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And,
come on, what the fuck? Like putting little pieces of material in your eyes? That's fucked. That's not nice.
Yeah. You need to do it for
Yeah.
sports though. I guess not for swimming though, right?
Yeah, I'm safe. I'm safe with swimming.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, do you really need to see when you're swimming? Just swim harder and faster
Not
forward.
until you hit
Then-
into a
Then
wall.
you hit into something though.
Hey, put your hands out. You'll hit it. You're fine.
That's
Good.
true. That is
I
true.
mean, besides, it's not like you're blind. It'll be blurry, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not wearing glasses today because this is the first time I'm able to do it without Brazil making fun of how close my eyes are together or something. You need those glasses in order to
Space the
make
eyes
sure
out
you
of it.
distract from your nose.
Oh man.
Oh, the year or so of bullying from Brazil. Boots is like Saul, he's finally free.
That's
He's
right.
finally Brazil is like Demos, and Boots is Saul, been tortured for 250 years by Brazil.
Deimos is my inner demon.
Yeah.
He's inside me right now.
And let's segue nicely on to the balance patch. They are going to create new meta this coming Wednesday.
Why
in
Wednesday?
fact-
Oh, is it because they're delayed by a day now? Because of
Well, no, because Monday, and I had totally forgotten this. Shows you how long I've lived in Canada. I totally forgot that Monday is President's Day. And
But
it's an
President's Day is not a national holiday, though, is it? It's like you don't always get a day
No.
off on President's Day. I
It
don't think.
depends where you work, but I believe most people that don't work in the service industry get off.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
ArenaNet probably has off, just a guess,
Yeah,
because then that pushes everything back 2 days.
One day, yeah. All right, so then Wednesday, oh man, I cannot wait. I cannot
Yeah.
wait.
This is actually
I-
one of the most after raids. This is some of the most exciting stuff that can actually happen because ArenaNet they have history where they like to instead little tweak around, little play around. They like to take a sledgehammer and just smash the meta into a million pieces and then see what people come up with. And that's exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna get Ellie because honestly, they honestly don't know what to nerf. They don't know how to nerf Ellie. Like they keep nerfing it, but it's still the best anyway. So they're just going to have another go, probably. It's been leaked that Air Overload's going to get 10% damage nerf, and that Meteor Shower will have an internal cooldown on meteors, which is fucking horrible, actually.
Okay, hold on. Tempest will get DPS nerf.
You're looking at the Reddit post, yeah.
Yeah, probably still top DPS on large hitboxes, but might compete with Thief on small ones. NG gets something similar to Ranger Spotter, giving 180 Condi damage to 5 people. Warriors Banners, Druid's Grace, all affect 10 people, just like Nike said.
Yeah, and like he was right. He was right.
But I guess the boons, like we said, the boons wouldn't affect 10 people, just the profession-specific buff things.
And that's it's kind of a really unusual change.
What is that you said about there's going to be a patch on Wednesday?
Yeah.
Better get out the balance tool. Let's get out the balance tool here. It's just which class is up on the block? Elementalist damage? Let's just balance it.
It needs that.
Let's just balance Ellie a little bit.
It needs that.
Who else is on the docket? Revenant, always a popular choice. Let's just take Revenant and smash some balance into it. It seems good. Who else is up?
Oh my god, you really are Brazilian, taking out the frost and everything. Oh my god. Okay. But they didn't mention anything about Revenant in this leak, quote unquote quote.
There was like a subsequent leak that said that Revenant, Ventari Revenant
is
fucking Ventari, everybody's favorite tablet. I don't have a tablet handy. Everybody's favorite tablet.
Inks. This is what's happening, and this is what's been happening the entire lifeline of Guild Wars 2. I come up with builds. ArenaNet does what they can to facilitate those builds. All right.
You know what, Boots? Boots is a smart guy. I think let's try and make this work.
Exactly. Before HOT, I made that dodging thief build, and then they're like, you know what? Let's make an entire specialization just for that. And that's what happened. And now I made the entire rev, so they're going to make it better, and they're going to also make... Oh, okay, but also I'm very worried. In this leak, they didn't mention Condi Guardian, and I need that. I need that bad.
So anyway, Ventari tablet is supposed to get, maybe, super maybe, getting alacrity on the tablet.
No.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to do.
That's the leak.
That's the leak. I mean,
that's not a good idea.
That seems a bit crazy, right? But
although that's not completely crazy. I don't like it. I want alacrity to be a Mesmer specific thing, so I don't like it in that respect. I would have rather it be some sort of quickness, a way for Ventari healer or just a Revenant in general to give quickness to a bunch of people. But that would be bad. I guess what it does do is give the possibility of a minstrel or a chrono in general, not a minstrel chrono, but a chrono in general to not have to cast his shield phantasms and able to do a little bit more DPS. So that might be okay. But that's interesting.
The thing is, though,
so I mean, One Up is saying that it's not a maybe.
Yeah.
This is going to be a trait, 100%.
100%.
1,000,000%.
1,000,000%.
That Ventari Revenant is going to get alacrity on the tablet. When you use the tablet, or
so
it's a trait.
So bring my 700k, or actually it goes up to 11,000k DPS apothecary Ventari healer tank, and then you get your then you could do other things with your chronos.
I'm a little less familiar, but there's a Revenant build going around for, Demos, where the Revenant tanks.
They kite. They kite the hands. Well, they kite the hands.
Kites, right. So, I mean, does this make that even more popular?
Well, I think if it's the case, then yeah, it will be the best kiter for sure, right? Because right now, when you kite the hands, you basically do nothing. It's kind of a bit like a 9-man. You just AFK on the edge and kite stuff around. So that would be really good. Because right now you have Healing Tempest can do it. Like NG, like Scrapper can do it, and a bunch of other classes. But typically, all they're doing is kiting. Like they're just. Yeah,
but if you could leave your tablet down there in the middle.
Yeah, imagine if you'd be putting alacrity on your team. Oh my god!
And all the and protection, permanent protection, even.
Yeah. I mean, holy shit! Isn't that only around you though? doesn't it?
No, it's on the. It's around the.
But that's one
tablet,
boss fight. What about the other boss fights? I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe it could be good.
Maybe it's just around.
I'm not looking forward to it, to be quite honest. I hate the tablet. It's just me.
Because you have to consider, what are you going to sacrifice, right? You have to sacrifice a class in order to take a Ventari Rev.
Yeah, and you would sacrifice a healer, but right now the healers aren't really healers. They're just damage dealers who happen to heal.
Well, there could be some really weird stuff. You could play like Berserker Rev and just take the tablet and put Alacrity and like not actually be a healer, and then you have a Magi Druid in the other subgroup, because a part of the leak is that Grace of the Land applies to 10 people. So you have your Magi Druid giving Grace of the Land to 10 people, and then in the other subgroup you have a Ventari Rev just spamming Alacrity or something. And also you get the Ferocity as well, right? You get 150 Ferocity. So you have the Ventari Rev in your power subgroup.
So wait, does that mean you bring Hammer
Ferocity
for Ventari Rev?
Ugh.
No, you don't
attack
take
from
Hammer.
Range.
You don't take Hammer.
No, you'll be doing no damage, basically.
If you drop a Druid, then you don't have Spotter anymore. You don't have Spotter. And you don't have Spirits.
Which is a problem.
So it's like, okay.
Well, if Spotter
you're missing
and banners and stuff like that affects 10 people.
But Spotter doesn't affect 10 people.
Well, they're saying that it might change.
No,
right?
they're saying that banners and Grace of the Land affect 10
banners
people.
and Grace of the Land.
But those are things like Spotter, and I think they mean all things.
Oh, they mean all of them. Well,
I think so. Isn't that what it says? Well, that's not what it says, but I think that's what it means. No.
I don't know, Kev.
Wait, hold on.
Robo's posting the new meta. I don't know. I don't see how Rev will fit into it, because Chrono, Chrono has so much. It's so much roll compression already. It's like I don't see how the Rev can replace it. I mean, if you're playing Chrono, you might as well put Alacrity, right?
Right, they need to increase hammer damage for Revenant, but you can't increase hammer damage unless you separate it from the other modes.
Yeah,
because Revenant hammer or Revenant in general in War vs. World is still strong.
Wait, what?
Okay. Get out of here. All right, so it says, as one up says, as far as I know, Spotter in EA, so will just be 5. That's weird and silly, in my opinion, that they only make certain profession-specific buffs affect 10 people and not all profession-specific buffs. It's weird that they're gonna separate it that way as well, like not make things universal.
One up is saying Sword 2 will get a DPS increase, so it might be enough to make it a viable DPS option. That's pretty interesting, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Sword 2 DPS increase separated from structured PvP, because that was a problem in structured PvP, right? So, the Robo says Revenant will still be shit. Unfortunately, you're probably right. I just don't have the faith, man. I don't have the faith in Revenant. I wish I did, because it's my favorite class. But
we'll have to see. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. I mean, we really have no idea. I mean, these leaks would kind of suggest that the class stacking will be, not as necessary, because right now raiding is you run 2 5-man groups, right? It's not a 10-man. You run 2 5-man comps. You run a Chrono, a Warrior, a Druid, and 2 DPS classes, and you just copy that. Job done. But now, if they made it so you can get all the buffs easily, it's kind of a bit like weird power creep as well, And
then the big one that really interested me is that Engineer rumored is to get its own little Condi buff to boost Condi by 150, right?
Let me see. Oh yeah, okay, that's good.
Mm.
And Warrior has one of those too with the Fury. That's interesting. Okay, so maybe Engineers will be worth it to bring all the time now.
Well, I mean, the plus 150 stats really are pretty good, people are saying plus 180, but that would be kind of weird.
Because all the other ones are 150.
Because all the other ones are 150.
Well, except for banners. Banners are 180.
Yeah, but they're a utility skill, not a trait, right?
Yeah.
Whereas NGs are going to get a trait. But still, that 150 condition damage is pretty good. That's a pretty big deal.
It's like 5%.
Yeah. It's pretty strong, and engineer DPS is already really, really great as well, right? So it's like kind of, I don't think like 200 DPS off Connie Ranger or some shit. I don't know. So it will become, one NG will be a really good choice.
Well, these leaks are probably just honestly, these leaks are probably not real leaks. They're just like they're basically just a summation of all the things that Nike was talking about to us, and also
it's Nike. Oh my God!
No, but also
he's fooling us. He's trolling us, guys.
But also just things that we've been asking for a while, like Tempest DPS.
But the thing is, this chap, Mr. Raid Throwaway, spelled incorrectly. He was right. He was right about the Raid release and the Living Story release.
Oh, what did he say?
He said that the Raid would be coming with Living Story.
Oh, when did he say that?
And he was right that it would get announced on the day. Look, he links it. He links it in the post. Look, if you go on the post, he.
I love how we have all these people in chat saying, "Yup, it's real. I have confirmation. I know people, 100% real."
Yeah. He's throwy our Raid because he spelt throwaway, but he put the Y in the wrong place. And there we go. And his first post he did was, "Sup, next raid will be announced today and released on 7th February. Legendary armor will come later. PBB, probably with Season 5. Put a remind me and check this later. I might use this account in future." Like, he goes through all this effort. He makes a throwaway to leak stuff, and he doesn't even spell words properly. I mean,
maybe
what the fuck is this shit?
Maybe somebody already took throwaway raid for like WoW or something.
Oh.
And he's like, "Oh, I guess I gotta spell it wrong. People will get it."
Yeah.
Maybe. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. Or maybe he was like high or drunk when he made it. He just like, oh, that's where the Y goes.
TeaPot.
Yeah.
TeaPot.
What's up?
What the hell is going on? My mic keeps on.
Wait, what?
Trying to replug or something. Anyway, I keep on getting pop-ups saying, "Hey, is this your mic?
Hey.
Is this Riggs?
Hey.
If on Wednesday the Condi Guardian buff that Nike was telling us about happens,
okay,
will you accept me in a try-hard group?
Well, I mean, yeah. If the buffs that Nike predicted will go through, then I don't know. It will be really good. It will actually be really good.
Yeah.
So
28 right now. It's 28K. With that particular buff, it would go up to 35K base.
That's pretty good, huh?
And the sky's the limit.
The sky is the limit. Imagine if there are ads in the fight, because then it just goes even more ridiculous, right?
Exactly.
Oh my god, new meta.
Yeah.
I mean, it will be pretty good. That the PvP change of the Woman Burning will come to. Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
That's what I know. That's what I'm talking about, Brobo. I'm hoping that happens.
Yeah, and there's also the leak that Necro will get a damage buff as well. Finally,
Okay.
Necro
but
will get a damage buff.
Is it going to be minor or significant?
They're going to add 1 second of bleed to the.
They're going to add. Are they going to add 5% to X? They're going to add 5% to X.
We really thought that we want to bring Power Necro into this, so we reduced the aftercast on Axe 2 by 0.1 seconds. There we go. Nice meme. Nice. But yeah, they're probably going to buff Condi somehow. They'll just increase the duration of the bleeds or something. I don't fucking know. Maybe they buff Lingering Curse or something in PvE only. Or then again, like, no one really uses it in PvP except Kevin, so.
Well, are they going to do something to Epidemic?
If they do, that's bad. They should leave it alone. It's not overpowered.
It's not. It's fine.
It's fine.
Isn't Necros are used in Wing 4?
Thanks to Necro. Thanks to Epidemic, Necro is good on Boss 2
on Boss 2.
On Boss 2, and then it's only really useful in challenge mode as well. Like on normal mode, it's not that good.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
It's good for fractals, I guess, right?
Yeah, you can just auto attack your way to victory. It's good. But
it's the only class that people will let you play. That new Druid.
the necro meta. I really like looking at LFG and fractals because it actually says meta builds only, 4 necros, 1 druid. Like, oh my god, I love this game.
I had off topic, sorry to derail, but I had an amazing LFG experience this morning. It was fantastic. I'm just looking because I'm like, maybe I should jump into Wing 4. You know, it's kind of early. I'm on EU. Let's just see what's about. First one, 9 out of 10 people filled. You need 250 plus legendary insights, and they want you to spam it. You can't just link once. Spamming for some reason makes a difference. I'm not really sure why.
Okay.
And you have to be a chrono tank minstrel, and if you mess up, it's instant kick.
Uh-oh.
It said mess up equal instant kick.
Did Teapot contribute to the elitist pug meta?
I made it worse. I caused elitism.
I just started laughing. You got 9 out of 10 people. You need a minstrel chrono tank with 250 plus legendary insights. And if that tank screws up one time, you're done. You're out. We'll find another minstrel chrono tank.
Well, I mean, everyone's got it. Everyone's got it, right? Everyone's using this shit. So,
Modramoth is saying he's the leak.
Well, maybe he is.
Yeah, I believe it.
He might be the leak.
Okay. All right. Let's go report him.
Okay. Everyone ban Kevin. Kevin is the leakerino.
Yeah.
You dirty, dirty leaker. Kevin, how could you do this? But yeah, Necro needs to be buffed. I mean, look at this. Subi saying there's like half the DPS of Condi Ranger. Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't know, but maybe it wasn't that bad. Can you mess up with Minstrel Chrono? I mean, you can get hit by everything, so yeah. But you can still mess up. You can still die. You're not totally invulnerable. You're like mildly invulnerable.
This leak had something else interesting as well. He posted a picture of breakfast pizza. It looked like a quesadilla with eggs on it or something.
Wait, what do you mean? What?
Well,
look at the post. Look at the post again. I'm gonna pull the post up.
There's gonna be some kind of some kind of new food, right?
Is there really gonna be a new food added with a balance patch? That would be weird.
That would be weird. I won't say anymore for now. Oh yeah, look at that. Time to cook a breakfast pizza.
Breakfast pizza, yeah.
I mean,
eggs.
Are they gonna call it a breakfast pizza? Because that would be pretty funny.
Yeah, well,
this is probably one of those things where it's gonna be like right after the patch, MO is gonna have an AMA and say, we were tracking the
eggs,
the buy orders
the breakfast pizza
of eggs and pizza. and yeah. Anyway. And we found some suspicious activity, so we canceled the recipe. You know, this is going to be bad, though. It's probably a fantastic recipe, and it's going to get canceled, and nobody's going to be able to make it anymore.
I mean, look at that breakfast pizza. It looks delicious.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
don't you want some
pizza is pretty good, but breakfast is also pretty good. But I mean, like, wow, what? Isn't it just egg? This pizza is just an egg.
Pretty much.
It's pizza dough, and it's got an egg. That doesn't sound that good to me, actually.
Several eggs.
It does look pretty. Wait, pretty good. Have you ever seen like what Japanese put on their pizza?
What do they put on the pizza?
It's a lot of weird stuff here. I'm gonna look up Japanese pizza because I when I was in Japan, I didn't go to a pizza, but I passed by a Domino's and I looked at their menu, and
Did you not stop in for some Japanese Domino's? What's the matter with you?
I'd rather have sushi. And it was very weird looking. Scallop butter soy sauce pizza. Here's one.
Delicious. Soy sauce.
Cheese and honey pizza. Some of these sound really good, actually.
Cheese and honey?
Sauce.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Sausage. No, that looks really good, actually. I don't know why people think that's weird. Sausage and thickly sliced bacon meat sauce pizza.
Yeah, well, that's just a normal pizza.
Amato says they put corn on pizza. Delicious corn pizza.
Corn pizza, nice.
Yum yum.
Spicy bulgogi. That's good.
That's a good point. Like pineapple on pizza. Seriously, who the fuck likes pineapple on pizza, guys? Come on. Seriously.
Not one of my favorites, but it's good. It's delicious.
Is it though?
I heard Hawaiian pizza, which is pineapple, ham, and some other stuff. Pineapple pizza is apparently okay. So it's Hawaiian pizza, so American pizza. It was invented in Canada. I think it was invented in Quebec, and
Sounds about right.
And it's most popular in Australia. So this is truly international pizza, although not really.
Well, Canadian pizzas are like, if you got a Canadian pizza, it would just be loads of different types of bacon, really.
Really?
Yeah, in Ontario, anyway.
Yeah. Canadian pizza. Poutine on my pizza. I would have that.
It's like regular bacon, back bacon, and probably ham, which Americans think is Canadian bacon. Which is
you can't really have too much bacon, though, can you? I mean, bacon it's pretty good.
But the problem is, though, what Americans call Canadian bacon is just ham in Canada. And if you're having a Canadian pizza and you're saying you just have a lot of bacon on it, and it's all Canadian bacon, which is just ham, I would not like that. I would like bacon on a pizza, not ham on a pizza. Ham on a pizza is stupid.
Bear and maple syrup. That's good.
You're dead, moose meat. Yeah.
God.
Moose meat pizza.
Keep us in topic. You think Brazil keeps us in topic?
Well, this one was my fault. I totally derailed it with breakfast pizza and somehow got us to. But
it is actually a thing, though. I mean, we are missing new foods, right? I mean, for how long have we been running around like sidestepping with fucking seaweed salad? Like, this is old news. We need something to shake it up a bit. We need some breakfast pizza.
That's right.
We need some breakfast pizza to give us a new pizza. Maybe it will be a food like perfectly designed for Ventari Rev. Like,
do you think with the next expansion? By the way, next expansion confirmed by Matthew something or other on Twitter.
Yeah. Like the barefoot guy. Barefoot. Yeah. He's a fun Twitter.
Do you think that with the next expansion we will get 500 cooking?
But what could you get, though? Like, if they just make better foods, isn't that just like pure power creep?
Yeah, and that's a bad idea.
The foods are already insane.
Foods that
right?
last longer.
Yeah, I would like that.
Yeah, just everything lasts 2 hours instead. Like all the level 80 food again, but it just lasts 4 times as long.
I mean, if they made like legendary food, endless. If you could make an endless seaweed salad. Like 3k gold, I am stupid enough that I would make that. If you could, you take a scoop and you eat the seaweed salad, and there's another scoop immediately. You take some of that disgusting slimy shit, and you just take a bite, and it just refills like an infinite pizza, an infinite veggie pizza.
Legendary food, is that the next step?
Yeah, legendary food. Yeah,
legendary. What is it? What is the pizza called? Rare veggie pizza.
Legendary
veggie pizza.
Legendary veggie pizza. Infinite pizza. Infinite bountiful sharpening stones. Yeah, like for too long, mesmers have been oppressed by being forced to buy these fucking like 2 gold a piece.
I think they got to cap it at 2 hours though. Otherwise, nobody's gonna buy the primers anymore.
No one buys that shit anyway.
I bought one recently.
What? Why?
When I was testing, I bought a utility primer when I was testing some Condi stuff with the writ of Masterful Malice or whatever it is that costs $5 gold. So I was like, do I want to get 24 of these, or do I want?
Oh my gosh, you spent more real life money than you needed to.
No, you just convert gems.
It's
150 gems for a utility primer. And I think that's like...
How much gold was that?
That's like 30 gold or something like that at the most. I forget. We could try to figure that out right now.
I don't know. That sounds
dodgy. And you get 24 hours of
You get
it, right?
12 hours.
12
you
hours.
Get 12 hours.
And how much is the food
usually
normally?
It's only 30 minutes, and it's 5 gold each. So that's a lot. It's you get a good savings there.
By
Ogden's hammer, what savings?
Yeah.
Well, Boots, you're their little tick on their chart for that month of the guy who bought that from the gem store.
Because it was a gold sink?
No, because I don't think it's bought that often.
Yeah, Probably not. I mean, it is only good for those 5 gold scribing things. So yeah, I guess not.
So I think that was all the leaks really that were posted. But what else do we want to see happen to the raid meta in general?
I mean, the only way that they're going to see more class diversity, but it is going to be make all the unique profession stuff apply to 10 people. But the thing is, when they do that, they're going to power creep the game a lot. Because like the only reason you bring it's actually kind of comical. It's actually comical if you think about it. Think about how many stats Warrior adds to a group, right? You've got Empower Allies, 150 power to everyone. And you have Banner 1, which is 170 stats, times 2. And you have Banner 2, 170 stats, times 2. So you're adding so many stats to everyone by Warrior. And then on top of that with Warrior, you put 25 might on everyone. It's like, well, like Warrior just adds so much damage. It's like
But the 25 might would only be to 5 people.
Yeah. To 5 people. So like maybe you'd like still take. This is the problem. Like the buffs are so good in this game that even if you did that, maybe you would still take another Warrior just for 25 might. I don't even know.
Maybe, but there are a lot of other ways to get might. So let's think about it. What if they did make it so that all profession specific buffs go to 10 people, which apparently OneUp is saying it probably doesn't, which is unfortunate. But let's say it does. What happens? We lose 1 Warrior. You could switch it with something else, right? You probably could lose 1 Ranger and switch it for something else. What else would you get rid of?
Well, it depends if maybe if you could do quickness with only 1 chrono somehow, because Brobo's talking like a time warp buff that it applies to 10 people. That would actually be a pretty big deal. Like maybe you could get away with it somehow, like some really weird shit. Get away with 1 chrono.
Yeah, you could probably get away with 1 chrono, especially if Revenant is getting that alacrity thing.
Yeah.
But with 1 chrono, can you possibly give, even if quickness only goes on 5 targets, I don't think there's a way to, with 1 chrono, give quickness 100% to everyone.
That's the thing, right? Yeah, it's quickness is so good that you want everyone to have it, and so you probably need 2 chronos.
You do need 2 chronos, yeah.
You need sufficient chronos so that everyone has quickness. Like the key with raids is you want everyone to have 25 might, everyone to have fury, everyone to have quickness, everyone to have alacrity, everyone to have banners, everyone to have spirits, everyone to have every modifier imaginable except the Revenant one. Lol. So
the only other class I could think of that gives not an okay amount, but any quickness to everybody else is maybe Guardian with its elite skill. But besides that, it's not really anything, eh? It's just chrono.
Yeah.
So you need 2 chronos at this point, unless in the elite spec something changes.
I don't know. I've been told that maybe Guardian will get quickness in next expansion.
In next expansion?
Yeah, but we're waiting a long time.
But why Guardian? You heard of something that Guardian's going to get quickness in the next expansion?
Yes.
Okay, so my Conti Guardians can even be better than it currently is, because you don't necessarily need...
You won't be able to spec into Condi, though, because you'll be too busy doing quickness. See, look, Guardian will get quickness and some healing. It will be announced at the end of the year. Kevin knows, see?
Guardian will get quickness and some healing. Healing, though. Oh, no, that's totally it. Condi Guardian.
Yeah, but I mean, Guardian doesn't really have, like... I don't know. I guess it does have healing. Actually, Brazil's Magi build is actually really good. And she heals a lot, which is kind of funny. They give Grace of the Guardian. Grace of the Guardian. If everyone has quickness, then no one has quickness.
I just want to see
interesting.
If there's a trait line that I don't need for Guardian. Radiant Fire, no, you need that. I guess you could get rid of Zeal. Yeah, you could get rid of Zeal.
And put this elite spec in Condi. Yeah. But the thing is, apparently it's healing as well. So wouldn't you just play heal, like play Magi or
no
Seraph? Holy shit!
You play Seraph.
Oh!
You play Seraph. Isn't that Condi?
Yeah, it's Condi. It's got precision.
There you go. But
precision, condition damage, boon duration, healing. Oh my god, here we go.
But on top of that, though, you don't even have to play Seraph. You could play Apothecary or something like that and be a tank, because Condi Guardian doesn't rely on crits or any of that.
But you need duration, though. You need condition duration and boon duration.
Put Balthazar runes on. It's only fire.
Yeah, but how do you get boon duration then for the quickness?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I guess you need
Platinum doubloons.
Okay, so yeah, Seraph.
Platinum doubloons.
Who I saw a video from Sam Adjeste.
Yeah. Didn't he market manipulated the doubloons, didn't he? Or didn't he like try to
really?
He tried to destroy the platinum doubloon market or something, and you can see him doing this in his videos, but he was just like he was mystic forging shards or something constantly to generate doubloons. And then he basically increased the price of them massively, so like 2 gold now. So he's like doubled the cost of platinum doubloons. This is just Sam like being a little lad. We should have got him on TeaTime actually. What the fuck? We should just call him.
Well, it's not just Sam. It's the fact that doubloons are limited in supply, and now shards are limited in supply.
Yeah.
Or they're getting more limited in supply. And demand is much higher than what it is. So the prices are going to continue to spiral out of control, because you need more platinum doubloons. You need it for the food, right? Or the utility.
And the food is best in slot. And unfortunately, to us, it's not exactly necessary for Mesmer, but if you're, if you play with 90% boon duration, the game is unplayable. Okay? That if you're not playing min-maxed, I mean, just don't play. Go play some other game that doesn't require you to be min-maxed.
Yeah, like Sam's not the only one.
Mario
doing this.
Kart
There's
or something.
A bunch of them. There's a bunch of people doing it, but
yeah.
Mithran has an idea for quickness that's just so weird.
Okay, what is it? They could introduce a stat that increases attack speed,
and then change quickness into a stacking boon that increases that stat. With 2,000 of that stat and 25 stacks of quickness gets you 33% faster than the current base speed. That sounds... I don't know. I don't know about that one. That sounds a little bit convoluted and not good.
Yeah.
Apparently, Earth and Geomancy sigils skyrocketed in price. Well, I mean, to be fair, they were worth nothing.
Well,
so how much are they worth now?
That's because of NG and Necro buffs, right? People are thinking, holy shit, NG's going to be a sick class after this patch. So yeah, time to buy up the Condi sigils, right? It's the same with Condi NG. People are thinking that Condi's going to be so good that everyone's going to play it. And bear in mind, it's already gone up, because it turns out in Wing 4, Condi Ranger is like, wow, that's the favorite build for everyone. Everyone loves Condi Ranger in Wing 4. So,
well, were they 30 silver a piece now? I mean, that's quite the increase, because they were worth like nothing.
I think Geomancy has always been relatively expensive.
Yeah, Geomancy's always.
What's Earth right now?
It's Geomancy used to be 3 silver for sure.
Yeah, but
they're both trading at like 30 silver a piece.
Really, Earth sigil at 30 silver. I remember that was like. You couldn't even sell it on the trading post because it was worthless. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess nobody had a use for these things and platinum balloons for so long that they just increased in quantity for the longest time.
I mean, both of them were always used on NG, but
nobody played NG.
Right. It wasn't being widely played. So.
And this is such a stupid thing, right? Like NG has been good since day 1 of raids, but people just forgot about it. I don't know why they haven't realized this.
Well, also the last balance patch, they did increase their DPS by like 5k.
Well, yeah, but even before that, it was still really good.
Yeah, but it was 5k less than it currently is.
I mean, they buffed it, yeah, but it was still good.
Yeah.
But yeah. You Geomancy and Earth are, I don't know, like they're kind of relatively similar.
I feel like some of this is just speculation as well. They see the leaks of NG getting possibly whatever, and it's just people just hedging their bets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not 5k XD.
Didn't they like double the duration of of the firebomb
I don't
field?
know. I have no idea. I don't play NG. Like NG is
NG's great. I don't play NG.
I fucking play. I don't like the class. It's not. I play fucking power NG. Hell yeah, I play some power NG. But now look what's happened, Boots. They're all putting LOL in the chat.
Sorry,
They're all putting
5K for bad NG players who don't do the full rotation and only use firebomb. There we go.
Wow. They're just putting LOL in the chat now. Now look what you've done.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Condi Ranger is a big deterrent for.
No, they
NG,
increased. Really. It wasn't just Flamethrower 3. They increased the duration of the fire field of the bomb 100%. Maybe I'm thinking of the patch before last patch or something like that. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Guys, click that link. Click that link. It's got some good leaks.
I already did. Did.
Yeah, they're the patch notes.
What do you think
they're the patch notes. They're the patch notes.
Is someone peeing?
No, what? It's not someone peeing. What the? What?
But you want some leaks?
Yeah. Wow. Got him. Yeah, it's the new patch notes.
Regardless of what happens, you got me. You did get me sick. Regardless of what happens, I don't think the meta is going to change that drastically. I really don't. And I think that there's going to be a number of classes still disappointed. Ellie's, prepare yourself. I know that you've been king of everything for a long time, but
they can't nerf it. And you know why?
Clench your butts.
No, they can't nerf Ellie. Do you know why? There's actually a really good reason. Nico said that he will film his own suicide if they nerf Ellie. And send
I should laugh at that, but he's not going to do it. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
send it to ArenaNet, and they'll actually have blood on their hands because he's just going to kill himself after they nerf Ellie.
He'll be dead. How's he going to send it?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, how is he going to do that? Maybe he live streams it.
Plan ruined.
Yeah, nice fucking plan. Like, how are you going to do that? Yeah, I'm going to be so sad when they nerf Ellie. It's just rip this fucking class. Rip this class.
You don't think that they need to be nerfed? Do you think they're fine where they're at? Everybody else should be brought up to that power level?
Exactly, yeah. Just power creep the game. They're going to do it in the next expansion anyway, so you might as well do it now.
I mean, make raid bosses easier and power creep the game equals fun times.
Exactly. I don't know. Ellie is too strong, but it's only too strong relative to other things. And only on big hitboxes. Like, why can't Ellie be the big hitbox class, right? I mean, how many big hitboxes are there in the game? Like Gorseval, use it on Sloth, big boy hitbox. He's got a big ass hitbox. Samurog, he's got a giant ass hitbox, like a huge hitbox. Apparently, it's as big as the Chak Garant. You know, KC has got a big hitbox. So there's not actually that many, right? So then you just make Guardian and Thief maybe a little bit better than Ellie on small hitboxes. Then Ellie is the big hitbox class, and then Guardian, Thief, the pleb classes can be on the small hitboxes. You know.
Well, and I think that's what people were saying with whatever supposed leaked and nerf that Ellie's are possibly getting. They're still going to be king of big hitboxes, which is not really a surprise. But when it comes to small hitboxes, Thief, Engineer, Guardian maybe are going to sort of reign supreme.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Right? I really don't have a... Yeah, Ellie has top DPS in small hitboxes. Exactly. That's why they need to buff things so it's not the best, right? Instead of just deleting it, why nerf Ellie? Just buff other things.
They shouldn't take the old ArenaNet hammer to it. But I should get like an ArenaNet logo for this thing or something. But I don't think they're gonna nerf it significantly. But I don't know. These patches always worry the hell. I'm excited because I want changes to come to the game. I want changes to come to the meta in general. I definitely want to see how they're going to continue to develop their splitting.
Yeah,
it also worries me because the track record is not amazing.
Guild Wars 2 for me is fun exploring maps. Doing story is a bonus, and having fun doing that is a bonus. Playing raids with you guys is just the icing on the cake, but the meat of Guild Wars 2 for me is making builds, having new builds with new balance patches, and it's what I wait for. It's why I play Guild Wars 2. So I'm very happy about this coming. Hopefully it's significant. Hopefully it's a significant change. We'll see.
I think it will be. The ArenaNet, they like to balance things by just squishing it, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Ellie is... I don't know. I don't think they're going to destroy Ellie that hard, actually. I think they're going to be nice. I don't know. The leak says like 10% on air overload. But the thing is, that's so weird. Like, why nerf air overload? Like, fresh air staff is still really good, but it's not that much better than everything else, right? It's like, why nerf it? But why?
So that you have to stay in fire all the time. That's the way to go. Fresh air Ellie's not that great. Stay with pure fire Ellie.
Pure fire Ellie, you know?
Yeah. Make everything easier is the best way to do it.
Just make Thief better. In fact, they're buffing Thief a little bit. They're making the staff, the Vault, be the Vault quickness. Quickness will work on Vault, so you don't just auto attack and press a few weakening charges here and there. Do a little cheeky dodge, stuff like that. Nice. It would be nice. I mean, I think Thief is a great class. I think it's a great class for new players. I mean, we've said this before. I have to say it again. Like, the vast majority of players are gonna get more DPS on Thief than they will on Ellie because they just can't play it properly. Same with Guardian. You probably do more DPS on Guardian than you will on Ellie as well. Like, Ellie is only a problem if you actually do the class right. Otherwise, it's fucking hell trash, and you're just gonna be dead on the ground, like just flopping around on the ground, downstate, vapor form, going crazy, like being useless.
I don't know. Guardian is not as survivable as Thief is. Like, Guardian, it's very low health pool, has a little bit of armor, but if you're not careful, you could be just as dead as Ellie.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't know.
It's not as squishy as Ellie, but
it's not quite as squishy.
You have the F3 as well, you know. You have F3.
Yeah.
So you can block.
Yeah, but that's only on Dragon Hunter.
Well, yeah, because that's
who's playing Dragon Hunter when Condi Guardian is a thing.
But even then, you still have blocks, right? You can heal a bit. You can leap around with F2. You have group heal with F2.
Until the next raid boss ignores blocks.
Yeah. Oh, unblockable.
Smashes through.
Oh, yeah.
How great would that be if they make a raid boss that just smashes through evades and blocks? That would be sweet.
That's weird because on Demos, you know you can't dodge some of his attacks. You can't block. Well, you can only block, right? You can't even distort some of this stuff. It's really weird that they designed it. So some of the design choices on the Wing 4 bosses are actually kind of weird. Because on Samurog you can sometimes block his shockwave, but sometimes you can't. I don't even know. It's just weird stuff sometimes. Some very unusual things happen on that boss. Sometimes stability works. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's a bug or not. But there's just some really weird stuff that happens on the bosses in Wing 4. NA testing, what could I say, Kappa?
Yeah, there was a few bugs, this time around.
Yeah, there's some really funny ones like this.
Wing 3 had some atrocious ones, so I don't know. It's kind of normal.
Yeah, Wing 4 was probably less bugged than Wing 3 actually, because Wing 3 was actually looks like you're about to kill Zera. Time to disconnect everyone. Yeah, that was good. But here the only boss that was actually kind of screwed was Samurog, because he just started using his spear ability on literally everyone sometimes. Yeah, there's an ability in the challenge mode that he will call down a spear on you, okay? And it will one-hit you unless you move into each other, because some people will get a little green circle, some people will get a big red circle and a green circle, and you have to move onto each other, right? Otherwise you insta-die. It's like you take an insane amount of damage, you just get completely wrecked. But he would just cast it on everyone.
Oh wow!
And the thing is, that actually wouldn't be too much of a big deal if you could move. But the thing is, on the challenge mode, if you get the big red circle, you can't move. You're immobilized. And it's not even the immobilized condition. It just disables your movement. You can't cleanse it or anything. So everyone would get the spear. No one can move, and you just kind of go, well, I guess we die now. Oh, and also like and that's actually not even the worst.
Wasn't there a problem also with? Didn't you beat it the first time around because of an issue?
Yeah, we beat it because the way you're actually supposed to do it is not immediately apparent. So we kind of thought, we got to separate them and then burst them down. That's basically what we thought we had to do, and we did do that, and because that worked. But actually, there was some kind of weird bug that meant he could actually take damage unless you do it the normal way. He only takes damage in conditions. So actually, we're directly responsible for like the Condi Ranger shit because I thought, oh shit, we need Condi for this boss. But actually, you don't. You're supposed to. I think it might even be better with power. Even it might even be better with a power comp. We just did it. Anyway.
I feel like ArenaNet Paul joins for your release day raids, not just because he wants to make fun of you, just because he wants to see all the bugs that are happening, so that he can be like, oh, okay, I guess this is a bug. No, because
there's actually, in my opinion, there's a worse bug though with the Samurog as well though. You know the little mini guy, like the Rig'em. When you knock him in and you kill him, sometimes he'll actually say, you know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna go invulnerable, walk over to you, and then detonate instead of detonating on the boss, right? And that makes it incredibly frustrating because he's supposed to. That
sounds just like Brobo.
Wait, what?
He detonates on you instead of on the
boss. Detonates on us.
Just walks over and kills several people in the raid.
Yeah.
It was a fun experience actually watching you guys on raid day because Brobo died a lot.
Oh.
Brobo died a lot. There's a meme that was just like
Brobo broke his mouse.
He broke his mouth. He broke his mouse out of pure rage, sheer rage on the second challenge mode boss. That was pretty funny actually.
I'm still waiting for my 2 gold, Brobo.
That's a good point. Yeah, you look. For my 2 gold. Yeah, you remember that shit, Brobo, when you said, "Oh yeah, if I die first, I'll pay Inks like 200 gold." You then die first like 3 times in a row. I remember that. Brobo. Well, this is actually bullying now. Feels bad, man. He threw it at the wall.
He threw it at the wall. Speaking of new mice, though.
He was upset.
I got some helpful pointers from you guys over the last 2 years. But how long have we been doing this?
TeaTime?
I don't.
When was the first TeaTime? All right, I'm going to look it up. I'm going to my channel now. Let's see. Hang on.
At least a year. It's been like just before HOT that we started, I think, right? We started like...
Playlists. TeaTime. Okay. The first TeaTime was on the 28th of April, 2015.
So almost 2 years now.
Holy shit. Yeah. Almost 2 years. Almost 2 years of TeaTime.
Wow.
We got to do something special for the anniversary. April 28th, you said?
Yeah, 28th.
Does that fall on a Sunday? Let's find out.
It is a Friday.
Okay, well, forget it. Let's just quit TeaTime now.
There's no hope. TeaTime has to be deleted.
Almost 2 years, and this is the first time Brazil has ever missed a TeaTime.
The first Brazil free TeaTime.
I've been a terrible TeaTime person.
You're the worst.
Gone all the time. The worst.
I've missed several, usually due to sleeping.
Because I'm out doing things.
Out wrestling bears in Canada and moose. Now
you live in America. Mud wrestling down south.
Oh.
And no, but Brazil, commendable, impressive. I think there's only one other person who's been as reliable as Brazil on TeaTime. I guess that would be Teapot.
Yes.
Who knows what reason?
I haven't missed that many TeaTimes.
Yeah, but what I was trying to say though is you guys have mentioned it a couple of times. Wooden Potatoes mentioned it to me recently. Also, every time I'm doing something in my videos and it becomes very evident, people mention it to me in the comments. But listen to this, guys. Listen, you ready?
Okay, do it. Oh my god, the keyboard. Oh, we can't hear it. Whoa!
It was $20. It's just like a crappy wireless keyboard, gel keys, and listen to this mouse. Ready?
Wow, it's silent.
It's pretty damn silent.
That's amazing.
I've gone the opposite way. My keyboard now makes all kinds of clacky sounds.
That's my keyboard. The mechanical keyboards are lovely, but they're loud as fuck.
Wait,
I think
how audible is my keyboard? I don't think it's. I think it's pretty quiet.
Are you trying it out right now?
Yeah, I'm typing now.
It's fairly quiet.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah. Is it mechanical?
No.
Oh, it's Apple.
Yeah. Apple keyboard. Yeah. All right.
Also, I don't know if this helps at all, but it feels like it helps. It's like a visual thing. Is the stuff in the back or whatever, and also look little
top foam,
yeah.
A little bit of foam.
Good. Yeah. I should pick one of those up for mine. My mic.
Yeah, you guys want wooden potatoes? Guys want wooden potatoes on tea time? We'll have wooden potatoes on tea time as well. I'm not gonna force him. I'm not gonna force him to come on. All right, I'm not like go visit him and drag him here.
If you get him, do it when I'm not here, because seriously, I can't stand him. He's
Jesus. The hatred.
Just the worst guy. Did you know that he kicks puppies?
Oh my god!
Wow. Harsh.
Yeah.
The hell?
Yeah.
That's harsh.
Yeah. Ask him about it. Seriously.
Yeah. But no, if we're gonna have him on, we'll have him for like a living story patch or something. He can go all lore on us. He's gonna do the lore. Guys, I'm just waiting for the interaction between him and Brazil. I mean, what is gonna happen? What is gonna happen?
I don't know.
I don't even know what's gonna happen. I can't predict it.
I think it'll be fine. I think him and Brazil have communicated before about builds. I think it'll be okay.
Like they're both fine people. I don't know why something would happen. They're adults.
Yeah,
they could. Yeah,
it's true.
It's not like either of them hate each other, right?
No, but in Brazil, he may just start to go crazy.
Why? Because
both the potatoes in Brazil are elitist. Don't get along.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, yeah. In my last video, he destroyed me because of his elitist thief attitude.
Oh my gosh.
Terrible. Just terrible. But speaking of lore, I watched last week's Tea Time, and I think you guys spent about 95% of the time complaining about people complaining about Raid Story.
Yes.
Me.
About 95, maybe 96% of the time.
I've actually learned this. We learned this last Tea Time, that MMO Inks has a deep hatred for the casual community.
Does he?
Yes.
It's not a deep hatred.
Inks, I'm a casual. What do you?
I know.
You hate me?
No, I don't hate casuals. I hate, or I dislike greatly. What would you call them? Participation awards. I really don't like participation rewards. Not a big fan.
Well, I'll have you know that I'm an active guy. Back when I was a kid, I used to do all the sports. And
showing up.
Yeah.
Everybody gets
and I just have you know that not participation awards, I won every year. I won there's actually
insane.
No, what's it called? Frick. Not participation. It was it's like the Miscongeniality Award, but I forget the word for it.
Wait, what?
Friendliest player.
Friendliest guy? What the fuck is this?
Yeah, there's like an award that was just like the nicest guy to be there.
Oh my god.
What's it called? Ah, shit. I gotta find it. Okay. It's not participation. Anyway, let's continue. No,
okay.
Wow.
So, wait, so you got the nice guy award.
The nice guy every year. That was my award. Yeah, people would get MVPs. You don't want those awards. You don't want the MVP awards. You don't want the your team actually won something award. You want
the friendliest of the Canadians is pretty impressive. That is pretty impressive.
Ah, shit.
Man.
It's not part. Anyway, I'll you guys keep talking. I'm gonna try to find out what the word I'm looking for is.
Okay.
Fair play.
Fair play.
Sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship.
Yeah. You got the sportsman, the best sportsman.
No word of a lie. I used to get those trophies as a kid and throw them in the garbage can before I even left the little sports hall, where you all gather at the end of the season and they give out the awards. God. And I would take my participation and I would throw it right in the garbage.
That's, yeah.
Nice.
It's pointless.
Nice.
Because it's pointless.
Nice.
Oh my god! Thank you, by the way. Play AMB. It was Sportsmanship Awards. I think I have like 7 sitting on my parents' counter somewhere.
Well, I mean, they did. You know what? They didn't put mini Demos in the gem store, did they?
Not yet.
They did not. Why would they? Why would they? It would have to be Demos back piece that's just
because
arms.
There currently isn't a mini of him. There isn't a mini of him right now, which is kind of weird, right?
Right. That is a little weird.
So I think they probably will add him in the gem store, but whatever.
Do you think maybe it's because there's so many
so
moving
cheap?
pieces?
Why do you get me started? I hate that. I hate that idea. Makes me sick.
Why do you
There's
hate
a
that
Reddit
idea?
post. Yeah. Get it off your chest, man.
Look, they added Demi, however you want to say her name, Beetlestone to the gem store. That's fine. I don't care. Whatever. Who cares? She's dead. Nobody cares. You can put her on the gem store.
Spoiler.
But he's a raid boss, and he's like the raid boss for the entire instance because he's the toughest. He's the last raid boss. It's just like putting Zero mini.
Just a mini
anyway.
Well, it's they.
No, I get it.
They've already decided. They've already decreed that the Prestige Mini is the Eye of Janthir, kind of.
Right.
Because that's the Ghostly Infusion. That's the one.
Sure.
It costs you 1k, and I actually, I think they shouldn't have done this, but they made it drop from normal mode as well. I actually think they shouldn't have done that. I think they should have made it that you can only get it from challenge mode, but I guess that's too much to ask, right?
No, it's not. That's the problem. It is not too much to ask. That is what we want. Okay.
But who's we?
Players who respect rewards that you get for doing something difficult. That's the we. That's not everybody, and I understand that, and that's fine. But listen, ArenaNet. Doing CMs need some work, okay? But let's pretend we live in a world where CMs are repeatable. They give good rewards all the time. Not the best rewards like you get when you do it the first time, but let's just say the repeatable rewards are also nice. And and you can do these every week. And that's fantastic. You should give a meta for completing all of the CMs for a raid wing. Mm-hmm. And besides a title, which most people don't care about for a whole other rant about titles, you should give something that symbolizes that completion. So currently in Wing 4, what symbolizes that you completed all of the CMs?
A title?
You get you get a permanent Glenna.
You get a permanent Glenna.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
That's what you get. Wait, you get permanent Glenna. You get a mobile Glenna. That's what you get right now.
Ooh,
fantastic.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
It has limited usability.
Okay. But are you saying, Inks, that you'd rather a mini be that reward? Like a mini, just a useless thing?
Right. I'm not saying that a mini needs to be that reward. I think it needs to be something that is more visually exciting than a miniature.
Yeah. So then what's the problem with the Demos
the
mini
being
is
separate. If you want to put the first boss in the gem store, I can let it slide. But he is the last boss. He is the pinnacle.
It's a mini. Inks,
I don't care. Yeah, okay, you say that, but then the big reward for the dungeon instance is a mini.
Is that Glenna?
The big reward for raiders to sell on the trading post and make money is a mini. So if minis have that little impact, then that is a shitty reward for the dungeon or for the raid.
I think we're talking about two different things, though, because that mini that you could sell isn't the status object that you get as a reward, because anybody could have them if they have enough money, right?
Yeah, true. But my point
here's the thing: it's the cool mini. That the eye is the cool one. That's the mini I want.
Yeah, but that's the mini that you could just buy on the trading post.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna fucking buy it. Fuck that shit.
Okay, that's good. But that's not what we're talking about. That's not
story. The other raids fall short too, because the Ghostly Infusion is the big one from Wing 1. And yet you can buy it on the trading post. And I think it's okay, and I think it's actually needed, that there needs to be an item that raiders can farm to sell on the trading post for their time. So I'm not debating that. What I'm debating is the last boss of a raid instance, who's supposed to be the king of the badasses, and the last boss in Wing 4 definitely suits that title, it feels cheap to buy him on the gem store. You have a million other minis on the gem store.
It's not even there yet, by the way.
It's not right. It's not even there yet. But he's not obtainable in the raid. It's not a raid reward currently. So either there won't be a mini at all, or he's going to be on the gem store.
It's possible there won't be a mini at all because it is a very fiddly. Like,
but
here's the thing, Inks. I have some very bad news for you, Inks.
It's going to be. It's the same thing with Zero's Mask, right? When Zero's Mask came on the gem store, there was a lot of upset people. Why was that not a raid reward instead? And ArenaNet gave a reasoning in that originally it was an idea for the raid, but they didn't have enough time, so that idea got pushed to the gem store team, and then the gem store team made it a reality. Because without the gem store team, you never would have seen Zero's Mask.
But I think there's a difference between minis and that, because I think
there's a difference.
Well, actually, I have no idea, but it's got to be easier to make a mini than it is to make a mask.
There is a difference, but my point is that, like, things from the last boss, items from the last boss, I don't think should be gem store. I just don't think they should be gem store items. If you want to sell a lesser boss, then.
What about the unofficial gem store, though, Inks? That's the trouble here, and you know what I'm talking about. He's in chat right now. Here's the unofficial gem store.
Yummy.
It's fucking yummy. Okay, if you want anything from the raid,
and Sabbath,
he will hook you up.
Store.
Okay,
I don't know.
But I mean, you know,
I understand most people don't give a shit about minis.
You want those mace skins? You want that mace skinning? That sick hammer skin from Demos? Talk to Yummy, okay? He'll hook you up. Buy a few weeks of Demos. You know what I'm saying? And then job done. You got it. You know, it's easy.
What if
you want to pay $250 for that mace skin from Yummy, or whatever it costs? I'm just making up a number. Be my guest. And I understand that there's, unfortunately, Guild Wars 2 is it's not just Guild Wars 2. Lots of games fall into this, where you can just buy raids from people and be carried and whatever. And I don't really have an objection to that, really. But for those who want to go through and earn it, I think that there should be an item that is earnable. I mean, you have people soloing the first boss in the raid wing. Soloing a raid boss. Now, first it was ridiculous. At first it was ridiculous. It was 4 hours, and it's just kind of crazy.
Now it's 57 minutes.
Now it's 57 minutes.
Which is also kind of ridiculous.
But it's going to get shorter and shorter. Believe me. People are going to get much more skilled at killing them, and that time's going to come down. By how much, I don't know. But the fact that you can solo a raid boss is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It's not that ridiculous.
It's not really, though. I mean, there is...
At this point and age of the game, it's ridiculous.
It's not that ridiculous.
It's not, though. Because there's just, on that particular boss, there's just nothing that will actually just kill you. As long as you dodge everything, you're not going to die.
Yeah, I mean, there is something to say for wanting to make an enraged timer more effective. So, like, maybe they make that enraged timer do something that's undodgeable that starts to kill people. Or maybe make a hard enraged timer after a certain other amount of time after the enraged timer starts. But yeah, it's not that weird. I think back in the day in WoW there were raid bosses that you could solo when like the
they were released.
No,
not released.
Yeah, but not on release.
Yeah. When a Vade tank was 100% uptime of dodge, you could solo anything.
Well, yeah, that was a fucking bug though. It wasn't supposed to be like that. That was just broken.
Yeah.
That was just a broken mechanic. Yeah, this isn't a bug. Although, you know what's really funny, actually? I don't know how this happened, but on Cairn, you can actually res people when they die.
Really?
Yeah, when they die, full dead. Like, not down state, full dead. You can actually just start reviving them right now.
Yeah, that should be a bug.
And that's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you know... Well, the thing is, in WoW, there's no such thing as invulnerability frames. Like, there's no evade, so that's why you can't solo stuff in WoW. Otherwise, you could. But like, you know, in WoW, it's really fun. Like, the fireball will kind of chase you down and hit you. That's, you know. I don't know.
And just because I was reading chat earlier and people were talking about like what would be a good thing for raids. So back in the first raid, I proposed, and obviously it was too late for that because they sold it on the gem store. But the Soul River Glider should have been a reward for completing all of the achievements in the raid wing.
Yeah, that'd be nice actually. Gliders
it's not uncommon to see that in other games where you get a special mount, and gliders are a form of mounts, whether you want to think about that or not, even though mounts are probably coming in the next expansion anyway. I think it's more likely we're going to see more of those in legendary armor again, but anyway. I think that is a good reward for doing all of the achievements in a given raid. I keep calling them dungeons, in a given raid run.
Yeah, I like it.
I don't even think that the kind of person who'd be doing that even really cares about that. They just rather have it repeatable. You get some ascended materials or some bullshit.
Sure, don't get me wrong. CMs need to be repeatable. The fact that they're not repeatable is not a good thing. Well, it needs to be repeatable.
I think,
and preferably weekly.
They did a good job with this, right? The magnetite shard exchange thing is a good idea, but it just doesn't really have anything in it that matters. Because all it is Glenna, but you can have her anywhere, and you can buy all the items from all the wings. And you can exchange minis. The exchange mini thing, that's actually a nice convenience item. It is actually a nice convenience item. Let's be honest here, guys. The magnetite shard exchange is actually a nice convenience item.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't.
And it's the kind of convenience item that, like in any other situation, would be 300 gold on 3,000 gold on the gem store.
I'm not sure. I mean, maybe just because of how difficult it is to get. Maybe.
Can you also does it work? Can you sell? Can you sell junk to it?
No, it doesn't. Otherwise, if it did, if you could sell junk to it, damn, that's a nice item. That's a really fucking nice item. But right now, it's just a little convenience item. It's just kind of, that's kind of cool, I guess. But you get the title, and until the raid sellers come up with good strats to sell the challenge modes effectively, that will be actually a relatively uncommon title. The Silent Savior. Not a lot of people are going to have that. Until people figure out how to sell it, then everyone's going to have it. But
do you still get guild hall statues for completing all the bosses or completing bosses? Okay. Do you get different colored gold or like glowy statues if you do the challenge modes?
No. There are no rewards specific to challenge mode except the one-time food things, and you get some free ascend, which is kind of cool as well.
And I think that needs to change. I think that needs to be expanded upon. I'm not saying that CMs are bad. I think they're good. I think that is sort of the way that they should go in the future, but they need to expand upon that system some more, and I'm sure they will. I'm sure the next time we see a raid, I'm sure they're going to expand upon CM.
I like this. First raid wing didn't really get challenge modes. We asked for challenge modes. They give us challenge modes. Now that we have challenge modes, we don't like the rewards enough. We should get more rewards from the challenge modes.
Well, the rewards are great, but it's one time. You can't repeat it.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe they'll listen. But we can't say that they're not giving us what we want because they have been giving us what we've been asking for. So we'll just have to wait and see if
I think it's a great start. I really love the fact that challenge modes exist. The raid team did a great job as well. Maybe not, especially to me, like the Mercer Overseer fight is you only actually experience the fight when it's on challenge mode. And Samurog. Samurog is a great challenge mode. It would be way less annoying if it wasn't bugged. I like the demos. I'm not a big fan of the Cairn one. The Cairn one's just annoying. But the last three, I really like the challenge modes on them, actually. They're really, really good. They really changed the fight up,
Let's talk about gear progression. Course ArenaNet Think Ascended is rewarding, but let's be honest, it is easy to get. Would you like more gear progression? I would, and the Ida that Legendary gave up would be great.
I don't really know what that means.
Funny, you should say that. Well, he wants another tier above Ascended. He
wants, like, stat-wise better than Ascended?
Right. He wants another treadmill. He wants an extra step there, because at this point in the game, especially if you're a veteran, if you're a new player, it's a different experience. But if you're a veteran player, you probably have Ascended by now, or you probably have the mats to get Ascended. And come the next patch, and I don't know if this is going to be on the 22nd or sometime after that, because ArenaNet wasn't crystal clear about that, but we're going to be seeing a change to vendors. And they're going to be normalizing vendors for PvP, so spend your PvP shards now, because otherwise it's getting more expensive for you.
Oh my god, yeah, I need to do that. Oh, no, thank you for reminding me. I need to do that right now, actually, because I've still got 1,200 shards on like 3 accounts.
Yeah, that's like almost a full set.
You better spend your shards, because it's going to cost you shards plus gold plus a crafting token. A crafting token. Come whenever this happens, and this might happen on the 22nd. So spend them today, right now.
Also, guys, Jebro's in the chat. Can we get a clapper? Can we get a clapper for Jebro? Because look what's happened. Jebro. Congratulations to my boy Jebro. He's now a married man. That's exactly what's happening here. He's a proud American married man now. Let's get some congratulations to my boy Jebro. Let's go. Get some clappers.
As far as I understand, a fantastic lady. I met her once, and she was very nice.
I had the opportunity to work with Lizzie once. Lizzie, I don't know what she prefers to be called. I had the privilege to work with Liz once at PAX East, and super nice person. And congrats to both of you guys, Jebro.
Yeah, and we haven't spoken about the poll yet, but we certainly will. After we
so real quick, for those who don't know, both fractals, which are seen as too expensive, and PvP, which is seen as basically free, more or less. Even if you lose, whatever, who gives a shit? They're going to normalize it. They're going to put in a system that normalizes it. You're going to need X amount of gold. We don't know how much. Less than what they are in fractals currently, but more than PvP, which is 0. You're going to need that game mode's currency, and you're going to need a crafting token in which you will need to be 500 of a given discipline. So you make this token, you get your fractal shards or your PvP shards and some gold, and boom, you got your Ascended armor from a vendor. The confusing part of this whole thing is they said that this vendor should not be the optimal way for you to obtain gear, but that it would be cheaper than regular crafting. So that's sort of conflicting to me, but there you go. If you have PvP shards, spend them now, is basically what it says.
Get your free Ascended set. It's really good. You want maybe you want to make a Kondienji. Just I don't know why you'd want to do that, but maybe Kondienji is going to get buffed, guys. So maybe you make a Kondienji, okay? So go ahead and do that. Or you could make a Kondi Ranger. You could make a Minstrel Chrono. I hear there's some kind of guide for that recently, so you might want to go ahead and do that.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
People are saying that the gold is going to be the same. I don't know that that's necessarily true, unless you guys know something I don't, because the post led me to believe that the cost would be actually slightly cheaper. There is no official word on World versus World, but they hinted at by bringing this to PvP and by bringing this to fractals and normalizing it, installing this system, then that makes room for other game modes to have a system like this. So World vs. World, who probably needs this vendor more than the other 2 modes, to be quite honest, and it's long overdue, they could see this vendor appear sometime in the future. I mean, let's hope sooner rather than later, but no word on that yet.
I wonder if they're going to normalize things in some way to make it so that the role of like a roamer equalizes with the role of a Zerger for the purpose of getting World versus World Ascended stuff. Probably not.
But how do you how do you actually do that though? It seems like really difficult to.
That would be very difficult. I think that's
make it worth, you know.
Yeah.
Either way, it will eventually be in the game. But yes, if you want Ascended armor, get it now, guys. Otherwise, you're gonna basically be throwing money down the drain.
That's right. So you want to talk about the poll now?
Yeah, I think it's
the
time.
PvP poll. This is interesting.
Wait, let me see the results actually. What are the results at? Okay. Because this is the profession locking PvP poll. Here's the question.
The results are close.
And they are actually pretty close.
They're close.
The Guild Wars 2 PvP team is exploring the idea of locking profession during queue for arenas. Locking profession would allow player profession to be accounted for to increase matchmaking accuracy, but may increase matchmaking times. Like, for a start, this question is not very well phrased, because it says locking profession during queue. Okay? This is actually weird, because this is already the case. If you try and swap profession while you're in the queue, you're already gonna leave the queue. So this is like a not very well phrased. I know that's not what they mean, but it's not very well phrased. I'm just saying, guys. And I actually got kind of confused because people were coming on the stream telling me that, hey, it just means you can't swap profession once the match has actually started. And I thought, well, you know, that's kind of okay, I guess. Because initially I saw this and I immediately voted no, because this is fucking stupid. Do not vote yes. Well, actually, no, guys, vote whatever you want. Okay, make up your own mind, but don't vote yes. Seriously, don't do this. Like this is going to mean that if you have an inferior comp, there is literally nothing you can do to swap it. And
so
well,
let's say,
GG, I guess.
So let's say for some reason everybody rolled thief.
Nah, it will prevent that. It will prevent that.
No,
No, you can't say that. It will account for it. It will account for that.
That's the whole point of why they want a professional lock, is because they want to start. Because right now, apparently, what they do is they do sort of account for what profession you're queuing up for.
Well, they don't do a very good job of it, because you constantly see teams of 3 and 4 of the same profession.
Yes. So, but actually, that makes me think that the way they worded this question gives a little bit more insight into it, because it's saying exploring the idea of locking profession during queue of arenas. Maybe it's possible that maybe they you pop out of queue anyway, so forget about that, never mind. But yeah, so right now they do it, but not a great job of it. But they don't take into account your profession-specific MMR while doing it. They take only into account your account-wide MMR when they're linking you up. So maybe you're a really good warrior and you have a really high MMR because you're a really good warrior. And so when you queue up, but you're queuing up with your thief, it takes your account-wide MMR, so you have a really high MMR, but you happen to be crap on your thief. So you're paired up with really good players on a thief, even though you're crap. So that is, I think, currently the thing that they're trying to counteract with this questionnaire, but I don't think this is the right way to go about it. I say, yeah, anyway.
Oh, here's another thing that's incredibly confusing, because apparently this is a statement, okay? We will disallow swapping characters once the 10-second countdown begins, okay? But the thing is, that's not what the question is, right?
Yeah.
Look, if this is the thing that's really confusing to me. Like, the communication here is so weird, because people read this quote to me and I said, oh, well, that's okay, because, you know, like, profession swapping in match. I mean, come on, fuck off, just play the fucking game. Like, you had a minute to swap. Come on, guys. Like, just get your ass together and get on with it. Okay, if you've got a minute at the start of the game to swap, come on.
Okay, but hold on a second, though. So if this is true, if this is literally the only thing they're changing, that you can only not swap professions, then that's okay, and I would vote. But that's not what the question is.
But that's not what the question is, because look, okay, here we go. Here's you can either vote yes, I want professions locked upon queuing for ranked and unranked arenas. Attempting to switch professions after a match has been made will not allow re-entrance, okay? That's what it seems they're saying, right? And here with no, I want to be able to switch professions until the round begins. So I voted no, because, you know, players can adjust team composition during match warm-up, right? But that's not what this quote says, right? It's so weird.
So really, no is still voting for what MRM Meeseek Gaming is saying. That quote of "we will disallow swapping characters once the 10-second countdown begins" is actually still incorporated into the no vote, because it says once the countdown is finished, you can't swap anymore.
Yeah, because that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. That doesn't matter. Yeah. Like, come on. Is swapping during the game already starts? That's kind of irritating anyway. Like, come on. You're leaving your team 4v5 already while your shitty PC loads. If you, like, Rex, the game is over by the time you've even loaded in. So, yeah, I don't know. But it's not a very well-worded question, but I don't think profession locking is a good thing. it's going to be like, as Jebro said, they will assign classes like Ellie is a support class, Warrior is a DPS class, Thief and Mesmer are other, you know, the rotation classes. They're kind of, oh yeah, so everyone's got to have one of those, everyone's got to have a support. And then some fucking clown, some ass clown, is going to have a goddamn fresh air Ellie. It's like, well, there's your support. Have fun, boys. But, you know, there we go. I mean, I guess I could switch build. But then again, some people say you can't even switch build or something. But I don't even know.
Yeah, because when you're profession locking and you're putting things out for profession, fine, great. You have a perfect algorithm that makes sure that no profession is paired up with the same profession. Fine. But then, yeah, you could say, like, what? Is it going to be build based as well? Are they going to actually look at the builds and say, hey, this guy is a healer, or is this guy a DPS Ellie? Because you can't just say all Ellies are DPS Ellies. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Not only that,
or
but
all Ellies are healer Ellies.
And I don't do this because I'm stubborn and not very good at PvP. But a lot of players will look at a team's composition when they load in and say, oh, I need to switch to class X because his counters probably whatever I think that they're playing, right? There's a whole game inside the PvP game on how to improve your composition when that happens. So by locking it, is that really a good idea? I don't think so.
What it looks like is it's guild PvP team saw a problem, saw that some people were swapping for dailies, and we're like, okay, we're going to fix this. But before we fix this, let's see if there's, because since we're changing this code, let's see if there's other things we should change to it.
Well,
so
I don't think that's how. I don't actually think that's what they were trying to sort. Because come on, yeah, like swapping for dailies, who cares? Like if you swap at 450, you're probably gonna win. You know, you're probably gonna win if you swap at 450 because like 50 points, you're almost certainly gonna win. Like if you're retarded and you actually throw the game by doing that, then I'm sorry, you deserve the loss. Fucking don't do that shit unless you're gonna win. Okay, come on, let's not be silly here. What they were actually doing is like, you know, all the posts on Reddit. They go, oh, 5 Guardians and I'm on 300 MMR. Woo! That's what they're reacting to, right? They're trying to prevent that in like fucking Bronze 1 to deal with that issue. Like, I can't outplay all these Guardians on my fucking Berserker Thief. Like Berserker pistol
right,
Thief.
And why that happens a lot too is because of the daily. If the daily is Guardian / whatever, Guardian / Druid, let's say, then you're gonna see a lot of Guardians and Druids that day, right? Especially in the lower rankings.
Yeah. So Z4Flex is asking, isn't the change for profession MMR accuracy, or is it for class stacking? So that's the thing.
Both.
When this first came up,
they're trying to bundle it together, right?
Somebody asked, wait, does this mean, by looking at the poll, you assume that they mean currently they don't have any algorithm that deals for class stacking because there's no point since you could change characters. But that's not the case. Apparently they do have an algorithm to make sure, or try to make sure, that there's no class stacking. But like I said, it doesn't do MMR specific class stacking. So it doesn't do MMR specific profession, put you in the right place. So, but the problem is, like, there's no reason not to do profession MMR specific MMR sorting, but still leave you the ability to switch if the group composition is no good, right?
No, because then you can manipulate that. So suppose you are the best.
You're right.
You are the best warrior in the game. You are like
but you're the worst
rank
thief.
1. But you're hell garbage on thief. So you queue up on your thief, you match with total shitters, you swap to your warrior, and you absolutely grind their faces into the ground. Like there we go. Like come on, just absolutely skull grind them. Just start going crazy.
So you know what? This is an important poll.
It is. There are pros. Like, I'm not gonna say like yes is a total disaster. It has pros and cons, right? You know, personally, profession specific MMO will be kind of good, right? Because if you're trying to learn a new profession, you just queue up on your profession, And you
learn that you're terrible at it.
You learn that you're fucking bad, and you get better. But right now, you're going to queue with your rating, and if you're trying to learn a new class, you're going to get fucking stomped for a lot of time. And even worse than that, you're going to be dragging your team down, almost certainly.
So it teaches you, if you're trying to learn a new class, go in unranked.
Yeah, go in unranked.
Wow. Jebro's not even sure you can save ranked. It's not even sure you can save ranked. All is lost.
Jebro's a little bit
is lost.
A little down on PvP at the moment.
Been down on PvP. But
do you want to? Can we bring Jebro in if he's up for it?
Wait, we can call Jebro. We can call Jebro if he's here potentially.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Lost.
The thing is about unranked is that I actually think it's a really, really bad practice environment because people, when it's off season,
terrible.
When it's in season, like unranked is really bad to practice because it's people who are just there to do dailies pretty much, and they're just paying base guardian with greatsword or some other weird shit, but I don't know. Unranked is not a good practice environment.
Wife, Jebro, you shouldn't call your girlfriend anymore. It doesn't go over well. Trust me. Take my advice on that one. Someone who's been married 11 years, you shouldn't call her your girlfriend anymore.
So yeah, season 5 was good. Zflex is still saying what does season 6 need to do to improve on that? Just little things like people were complaining about the fact that people are swapping for the daily.
I think they need to adjust the algorithm, the MMR algorithm, because I was queuing with a buddy of mine. Who was higher rating than me? He was higher rating. And no, it was the other way around. I had higher rating. Okay, I had higher rating than him, and we won a game. Okay, and I gained more rating than him. He gained less than me, and I am higher rating.
That's weird.
With duo queue, and this happened consistently. Like every single time, I would gain 2 more MMR than him, or 2 geckos more than him. Why? What is that?
It's probably because he had been online playing PvP for that period of time longer than you were.
That should never happen. In my opinion, should never happen. I know. Ever.
That's the one thing I noticed about the MMR system. Well, the rank system currently in the season 5 is that for some reason it seemed to be trying to disincentivize people from playing for a long period of time without breaks. Because the longer you played, the less you changed your MMR. That's just the fact. It happened, no matter what. And then if you stop playing for 7 days, you come back, and it's like you go up by 90 instead of up by 5. So I don't know, and I don't think that had anything to do with the fact that you decayed. That has nothing to do with the fights you were going up against because you decayed. It had everything to do with the fact that you hadn't played for 7 days.
Fine. But suppose that's the case. There's another huge problem here. There's another huge problem with the system, okay? I find it ridiculous that I can queue up against a duo queue of, say, a pretty common thing was I end up against fucking Zan and Rom. Like, we have a very low win rate now, okay? They have ESL players. We don't have any ESL. We're fucked. We're fucked. We can't fucking win. In fact, a lot of my team will actually rage quit as soon as they see them, and they just start going AFK and shit. They don't want to play against these fucking, denial fucks, I mean, who does? But then what happens?
It's okay.
But then what happens? Like, I lose. No, I lost 16 rating against these fucks. They're like 2k. Right, yeah. They're like 2.2k rating. In fact, I went up against rank 1, literally rank 1 and rank 2. I lost 16 rating. How are they calculating the group? Like, how is that even possible? These guys are like 400 rating ahead of me, and I still lose 16. What the fuck? I mean, how? It doesn't make any. I cannot even imagine what is their computer doing to add up the scores. What is this
all of your teammates were 2,500 rank, but they were being paid to
throw the game.
To throw the game, yeah.
I don't know. Like the algorithm seems to not really weight the teams that well because I don't know. Like whenever I win, I gain like +10. Ooh. And whenever I lose, it's kind of, oh well, hey buddy, looks like you lost 14. Ha ha ha. So at the end of the day, you end up with having to like absolutely like demolish people again and again. Otherwise, you ain't going anywhere on the ladder. It's like, well, this is fucking rigged. You know, this system is rigged, and you can really see it on the streams. Like, you know, when you see Syndra losing 30 rating, gaining +4. Ooh, that's real nice for him, huh?
He's too good. That's his problem. He was too good.
Well, I mean, yeah, in fairness, he can still gain rating, because when he duo queues with Misha, he still has like a fucking 90% win rate. But still, like, that isn't fun. Like, you have to win 10 games and lose one, and it's all gone. All the progress is gone.
Moxling is right. It's a matter of low population.
He's absolutely right. Well, yeah. Moxling, you're absolutely right. The system does not function correctly when there are not enough players towards the high end.
At your
right?
level. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, I'm not even fucking high end. Like, I'm not on Platinum 3. You know, Platinum 3. So I'm all right at the game. But like, imagine how bad it is for the guys in Legend. That's anti-fun. That's cancer. I'm sorry. It's that ain't good. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and last season I was doing so terribly that I just started tanking. I just was like, whatever. I don't even care what the hell happens. I'm just going to play my game. Forget about the team, because it just keeps getting matched with worse and worse and worse.
Teapot, did you duo queue the whole time?
Probably at 50-50 solo and duo queue.
Okay, I soloed. Solo's not the greatest.
Well, I don't know. I shouldn't have solo queued. I don't know. I play Ellie, which is not a good class to solo queue with.
No, it's not. Yeah,
it's not a good class to solo.
I only solo queue, which is I shouldn't. It's not good.
Although I don't have anybody better than me to duo queue with, so like I'm not good, but I'm just saying, like, I don't usually play with, like, I play with my friends who aren't very good either. So, yeah.
I mean, I don't have one, but you know those little things that like they have water in one end and they just up down, and that's what I need as my duo queue partner. I just need one of those on another computer next to me, just pressing the one key. Just pressing the one key. It's fine.
Yeah. Anyway. But so PvP is in an interesting place right now, apparently, because of even though the season was a success, it definitely got a lot more people to play PvP, and I thought it was a lot of fun. What it did also was apparently people haven't really been talking to the teams very much. Like, you saw that Helseth video, so he didn't know when the next
Pro League.
He didn't know when the Pro League event is going to happen. So even though a lot more people might be playing PvP, it seems as though the top teams are kind of in limbo right now. And so apparently going to Smite.
Apparently Vermilion, I guess, bailed as well.
Have they?
That's what Jebro was saying. Denial and Vermilion. I didn't hear about Vermilion. Obviously, we heard about Denial because they were the first ones. And, you know, to be fair to Helseth, I fully understand why they, as a team, came to that decision. Number one, they're a sponsored team. They need to play tournaments.
Yep.
They need to play competitive matches. And ArenaNet is not telling them when those competitive matches are going to happen again, what form it's going to take. They know nothing.
It also
Vermilion's going to Overwatch.
Unfortunately, it seems like it's very possible that, because, you know, was it 2 years ago or something, Guild Wars 2, ArenaNet announced, hey, look, well, first of all, here's HOT coming out soon. And also, hey, look, PvP scene-wise, we're going to put $400,000 towards events and prizes going out for you guys in the next little while. Here it is. It's going to be amazing. And it happened. Everybody got all their money, except it makes me think that maybe that this was an experiment by ArenaNet. And they were saying, hey, let's go whole hog into trying to get this PvP scene started. We're going to consider this $400,000 as sort of an advertising budget. And it's possible that they now consider it to be a failed advertisement campaign. So I'm worried that I'm worried that they're now considering not promoting it as much as they used to.
Do you think that's? I mean, do you think it was a fail? I guess it depends on what level of success they thought they were going to hit. I didn't really see it as a failed, let's just call it an experiment, even though I don't know if that's accurate or not. Do you really think it was a failed experiment? Because I think that considering Guild Wars 2 and its state at the time when they started it, I don't really think it was that much of a failed experiment. The problem is you got to back that up with more tournaments. You can't just stop. You can't just,
No, I think
guys,
that's the consideration right now.
It's fine. Right?
That's the consideration right now. What I assume, like, I have no idea, but what I assume is currently happening PvP-wise is they're now looking, they're going to do an assessment. They're looking back at what's happened over the last few years. They put capital towards it, and they're seeing what benefits they reap from it. They're probably just going to do a very analytical thing. They're going to look at how it helped the game and see if that cost is worth it. And hopefully it turns out it is, but right now they're probably just thinking about it.
Well, and I wonder too how much of this is affected by the loss of Grouch. Now, I know that Grouch doesn't run everything, and one person shouldn't really determine the state of that game mode, but he was definitely a big voice for that PvP community, and he was definitely a big contact between the teams and ArenaNet. Like, that was part of his responsibility, right? So him moving on, I don't know whether his position's been filled yet or not. Maybe it has. I have no idea. But certainly that's going to be a setback for that department, for that PvP branch, until that's filled and someone else sort of takes that place for that communication. And like you said, they need to decide on how much further are they going to take this, or how renewable is this going to be?
Now, I guess another question is, with the departure of Grouch, what was it, a chicken and egg situation? What happened exactly? Like, first of all, we know that Amazon pays really well, apparently. So it could have been just a simple moving on, going to a company that, yeah.
Happens all the time in every company.
It could also be that if Grouch is really in charge of the PvP Pro League scene, and if he sees that right now he's in limbo too, he's not getting the green light to devote more money to this thing, maybe he has to look for something else.
Well, and Jebro's correcting me a little bit, Colin and John Corpening as well. John Corpening, an amazing guy. I was able to spend some time with him at PAX East. All big supporters of that PvP scene, with those guys now moved on and gone into another place. Doesn't really matter where. Amazon.
John Corpening was PvP?
He was a big supporter of PvP. He had a variety of different jobs.
Wasn't he some kind of competitive director or something?
I'd have to go and look up his old titles,
yeah,
but he had his hands in multiple pies, let's just say. But regardless, with those supporters of that game mode gone, and don't get me wrong, there's other people who work there who are still supporters of PvP. But now they need to step up and replace those roles and replace those positions, and it depends, like you said, maybe ArenaNet doesn't see the value it used to see in structured PvP as far as Pro League and World Tournament and whatever, which I think is a shame, because I think they were starting to make they were starting to make some headway, in that area.
Yeah, I'm thinking, okay, so this is my thought process. It's that this is the state we're at right now for PvP, and in some ways World versus World is sort of in the same kind of state, but not really. They're probably working on stuff in the background. But these are two game modes that are, I think they are essential to the survival of Guild Wars 2 as a whole. And I do. I think as soon as
with PvP, I agree.
Yeah, but I think World versus World 2, they can't just they could let it be there, but as soon as they're like, okay, we have to merge all of the teams. Now we only have 3 teams on each side because that's the only amount of people that are in it. Then there's problems, right?
World versus World. Do you guys No feature armor.
Yeah.
You know the episode where about Fry's dog?
Yeah.
That's World versus World.
Oh.
It's the fucking dog left outside the pizza place.
Just waiting there.
Just waiting forever.
Yeah.
But
he's such a good dog.
Oh my god.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's why it's such a great analogy.
And I stopped
because
watching
World versus World is a great dog. World versus World is a great dog, guys. Okay,
yeah,
it's a fucking great dog. You want to pet the dog, but
and you don't understand how much it'll hurt once if that dog is gone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We don't want to get rid of the dog.
No.
We need to take the dog in.
And you know what's really a big shame about that Jebra was talking about with games like Crowfall and Camelot Unchained coming out, which are realm versus realm or world versus world focused. Like, that's their focus. And I don't know a lot about Crowfall, so we'll push that one to the side. I do know quite a bit about Camelot Unchained since I was part of the alpha for a while there. If Guild Wars 2 could live up to its world versus world potential, it could really battle against those. But the resources just aren't there. They just don't have the resources, and it's been World versus World has just been in this state of they've tried to fix it a couple of times, and for whatever reason it hasn't worked. It doesn't work. And so now they're like in this what did they call themselves? They're like what's the word I'm looking for? They're custodians. They're custodians of World versus World. Oh, that's such a bad word. That is a bad word. You don't want to be a custodian of a game mode. I mean, you're just there cleaning up the mess, basically. You're not there to improve anything. You're just there to clean up the mess.
I think probably what's happening currently is they're very focused on two things, and that's getting the Living World out and nice.
And the expansion.
And the expansion. And as soon as those are done with, they'll be able to look at what came of those two things. They'll be able to look at, like, if the expansion comes out and a huge rush of new players come in, all the old players who left came back, they could probably think about what they could do from there to make PvP and World versus World great again. If this doesn't happen, there's a whole new conversation they have to make. There's a whole new thing they have to think about.
People are saying that they need to scrap the World versus World servers. They need to reduce the number of servers and so forth. And I kind of agree with that. I think they should have reduced servers a long time ago. The problem, I think, and I don't know. I mean, I don't work for ArenaNet. I don't know their inside perspective. Looking from the outside at World vs. World, when you start, let's say 2 years ago. Let's say 2 years ago they started merging servers and they started cutting down on servers. As soon as you do that, players start screaming "dead game," right? The game is dying. There's no players. It's dead. It's over. Forget it.
Dead game.
Servers, guys. And even though people say that now because the game's 4 years old now, but they would have been saying, and don't get me wrong, there were some people saying it 2 years ago, but it would have been a more of a wave 2 years ago if they started doing it. Regardless of that, they probably should have started merging the servers 2 years ago. World vs. World has massive potential, but you need to properly support it with resources in order to enhance that experience.
Well, yeah, and the trouble is that there's no pipeline for fresh players, right? Because look what they did with PvP. You know what? How are we going to get people to play PvP? And maybe they enjoy it after they try it, right? Fucking free Ascended Armor, you know? Ooh, free Ascended Armor. I'm going to do me some PvP. And then maybe a few of those players who come in, they stick because they think, holy shit, this is a fun game mode. Let's go. And then you get more players in PvP. But in World vs. World, you can do a fucking 8-hour reward track to get your legendary. Woo, that's fun. It's like, yeah, that's really great. I mean, that's kind of a good thing, right? I guess. But people will just run around in circles. They won't do proper world versus world. They need to make some kind of reward, some kind of juicy rewards, like ascended armor, or maybe some kind of unique skins that look really cool. Or I don't even know. Like, what do people want in this game? Gold. Yes, gold. Right? You want to put gold into world versus world. Put fat stacks. Get fat stacks for doing world versus world. And there you go. You can just go ahead and get. And then people do it for the rewards, and then they stick. They go, I kind of like this world versus world thing, and they play it because they enjoy it. Because right now, the only reason you play world versus world is if you enjoy the game mode. Because you don't get shit.
Seasons as well. They need
exactly.
I think they need seasons.
The world versus world season was actually good because it actually got me to play the game properly. Like the second one was kind of they kind of caved there and made it like trivial. But the first one, you actually had to do proper world versus world stuff to do it.
Yeah, and there wasn't. Somebody else might correct me in chat, but I don't feel like when there were seasons, I don't feel like there was as much win trading. People really actually wanted to win.
Yeah, because we're tryharding.
They wanted to win their matchups.
Yeah, because it had consequence.
I feel like if you just add rewards,
we need seasons back for sure.
Let's say they add ascended armor. Let's say they add a special weapon, an extra special weapon set. Let's say they add a legendary back piece, whatever. People will just trade. They'll just trade back and forth until they get those rewards, and then ta-da! I got my reward, right? But if you put those in with seasons, then I think people are actually going to fight one another and trade probably a little less.
But I don't think there can be a new season until they deal with, because the server linking. You're
not wrong there. Yeah,
the server linking is a stopgap. It wasn't. I don't think it's meant to be a forever server linking. This is how it's going to work, because that completely destroys the idea of a world versus world season. You can't say this week I'm paired with this guy and this week I'm paired with this guy. My team's winning all the time. It's only because of us. Anyway, they've got to find a way to re-bolster the idea of you are a group with a large amount of people from a server, from something. They have to make that a thing again, and then to be able to have another season.
But then you have another problem. Like, then you have some worlds that are just literal no-hopers who are just going to lose. Right? Yeah. Because, I mean, I don't know, the first server I was on was Seafarer's Rest. And apparently Seafarer's Rest is kind of dead now. But back in the day, these motherfuckers would just be stomping everyone. Like Seafarer's Rest, they were just like rolling everyone. It was great. I got free win in my season. I got all my tokens. I could get fucking easy missed hero skins. But literally doing nothing. Like, I don't know, they were like try-harding, just rolling everyone, shit-talking everyone else. It was great, Seafarer's Rest. But then you see like the lowdown servers are just useless. They just get nothing and they fail. Yeah. And then
there's too many servers.
People just run away. People just transfer and try and escape the hell of the low-tier servers.
Honestly, that's got to be something they have to think about, right? Like, right now, do you think it's probably way on the back burner, but it is something that needs to be thought about, what to do with servers at this point of the game. Because
I'm sure they've had a million meetings about it.
Mega servers have made them semi-trivial, right? The way
fairly
trivial. The way guilds work now makes it trivial. They're an artifact of the beginning of the game, and they need to be changed. And that is the first thing that needs to happen for World versus World to be good again.
Yeah, I mean, back before mega servers happened, and don't get me wrong, I think mega servers is a great thing. It's just that it damages actual server pride in World vs. World. I was on North American Blackgate from day one. It was just a random pick. It wasn't like I didn't meta it out or find out where anybody was going. I just happened to pick Blackgate from day one, and they weren't great at first. They became better over time. But the second that mega servers came in, a lot of that was lost. A lot of that server pride that people used to have, regardless of how toxic or non-toxic it was. You had Blackgate, you had Sea of Sorrows, you had Jade Quarry, and everybody was happy. Generally speaking, they were happy and proud to be part of the servers that they were part of. And those battles, at least in Tier 1, and I can't speak for the other tiers because I just don't know. But at least for those Tier 1 fights, it meant something every week to fight one another. And certainly when Seasons came around, it meant something as well. Season 2 especially, where two of the servers just said that they were going to fuck Blackgate over and trade wins with one another.
But the thing is, isn't that great? Do you not think that's kind of great?
It is.
To me, that is actually one of the politics. It's hilarious, isn't it? I love the fact that two servers could just say, you know what? Fuck you. We're gonna screw you over.
Yeah.
And it's
you
not
think you're
fair.
number one?
Yeah.
Watch this.
I had the greatest.
There's nothing you can do.
I had the greatest time. I think not ever had it in Guild Wars 2, but one of the greatest times I've ever had in Guild Wars 2 was during, I think it was season 1, maybe season 2 of World vs. World. I was on Emery Bay.
Season 1
and
was amazing.
Yeah, and it was fantastic. We were in Silver League. We were probably middle of the pack, I'd say, but we made it to, I think, second place or third place in the end because of all the politics that were happening. We were able to, basically, at some point, it was Maguma or Yakspend, forget which one, was the top. They were the best, and they made it so that the second place team came in fourth place because they were breaking into the second place team stuff during a matchup while we were in with them, letting Emery Bay take it and then just getting out. So they were handing the other team's stuff to us so that they would get no points the entire matchup, and both of us got all of them.
That is spicy. That is very spicy.
And Marty's right too. There was server pride in PvE as well. When Blackgate killed Tequaddle before anybody else, people were guessing to Blackgate to kill Tequaddle. And then Triple Trouble Worm came out, and Blackgate, don't even get me started, but Blackgate was trying again, and then EU took it. It mattered. People gave a shit. You know, they cared that Desolation beat out Blackgate to kill Triple Trouble first.
Yeah. So that's it. Like right now, the servers are a bit of a mess. There needs to be something like servers for this to happen again, because that is the best part about World versus World. But it can't be this many servers, probably, right? And it maybe has to be somehow a little bit better organized. I don't know.
They need to move, and I think there was whisperings of this at one point. I don't know what happened to it. There was whisperings of some sort of alliance or grouping system for these servers.
Oh, I think that was one of those Reddit leak things.
Right.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Obviously, that never did happen. It probably was never fully fleshed out.
It still
the
might.
Idea,
it might
whatever.
Happen.
But yeah, some sort of alliance system. They need to reduce servers, I think, anyway, and for World vs. World, and there needs to be some sort of alliance type system, guild alliance or server alliance or something.
That would be really interesting.
And then when you sort all that mess out, then you need to bring seasons back with rewards.
So that I like the idea of a guild alliance system, except the more I think about it, the more ridiculously difficult it would be to implement it and to get into it as a small guild. So it brings a lot of problems, and I could
sure. So, and that's probably why they didn't deliver on that ever, or why that never became a thing. Because, I mean, there are a lot of obstacles. There's a lot of angles to look at this stuff at to try and sort out all those problems.
Yeah.
It's not an easy thing to tackle. And Crowfall and Camelot Unchained, because they're building fresh up from the start, where this is their focus. This is the main game mode where the other stuff either doesn't exist or doesn't matter. You know, they're going to have an easier, better time trying to build upon that than managing a game with 3 or more modes and so forth. Even ESO, I don't know about now. A lot of people are saying it's more popular and so forth, but even they had some trouble early on with their system.
Imagine if the next expansion brought this kind of a system into World vs. World.
Didn't they kind of say that was going to happen with the last expansion?
No, they just said a new Borderlands, didn't they?
Well, wasn't it like a revamp?
After the
they were
expansion,
saying like a revamp or something?
Right. After the expansion launched, they said that there was a World vs. World revamp that had been in the works for about a year.
And they started that a little bit with that tie-over world linking idea. And they also did the revamp with the point system. They did the point system revamp.
And this, they did. And the skirmishes as well. They added that.
But if there's something like this that's possible and in the works and necessary, I think, maybe not a guild alliance system, but some sort of new way to think of servers, I wouldn't put it past them to decide to put it in an expansion instead as a way to hype it.
It's tough. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong, but I think it's tough to sell because World versus World is not really locked off via the expansion, right?
No, but it's just a feature that, oh, that's right. Yeah, because it'll just be for but no, it's fine. They can still do that, though. No, they're not going to say this is only for people who have the expansion. They'll just say...
It will get people to come back to the game. They can use it to get people back in, and then maybe they buy the expansion.
That's a fair point.
Exactly. Yeah, they can say, ooh, well, this is what is back. It's back.
Yeah. But I also probably in the expansion, because also in the last expansion, they had the new Borderland, and that's for everybody, right? It's not like you have to buy a Heart of Thorns to get the new Borderland. We're still missing one extra Borderland, aren't we? Because right now we have
for the
2.
Triple.
So probably in the next expansion we might get another Borderland.
Another Borderland. What kind of Borderland will it be though?
You'd think it would be desert, but we already have a desert.
We have desert Borderlands. We have Alpine. So what other one could you have?
Well, maybe they had desert Borderland to like say, hey, look, we're going to
Jungle. Yeah, jungle Borderland.
Because you have jungle in the desert Borderland.
It'll just be like jungling in League of Legends. That's all it's going to be.
It's going to have mobs and you kill them to get buffs.
Thick jungle that you can't really... People will love it, right? Players will love small confined spaces that you can barely navigate around.
Can't the Borderland. Can't the Borderland.
Honestly, I have no idea.
I don't know actually. What could you have? What you'd like a
underwater
Borderland or a Borderland like Ring of Fire Borderland or something? I don't know. Like
Ring of Fire.
A burny one, but then again, you've kind of got the burning one and the desert one as well, right? Because there's all the fire temples. Like what the fuck? What could you even have?
Yeah, so the desert Borderland's an interesting thing because it's called the Desert Borderland. It's got desert in it for sure.
It's got a lot of environments.
Every biome.
Yeah.
A flat Borderland with some underground parts. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, like Dredge Borderland.
Outer space Borderland.
World versus World. Yeah, the verticality is a problem.
I wish, seriously, another thing that would help World versus World, gliding. Come on, we need gliding in World versus World. Play Ride of the Valkyrie. Say I love the smell of napalm in the morning and just put on your aviator glasses and go with your Zerg, jump off a cliff and glide onto another Zerg and just bomb them. It would be amazing.
Detonate them.
It would be amazing.
And you'd all take the falling damage trait and you kill them instantly.
Exactly. And then you could have like you could add traps to the game or something, or different ballista or artillery of some sort that target airborne targets.
Holy shit!
It's just going to be a green plane. It's just going to be a flat green plane with no objects.
Anti-air missile batteries. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Put that in the game.
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
And make it so that it's like actual turret. So like when you man this ballista, you go in first person view
and you kill.
And you have to aim.
Yeah. That's what I call a meme. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah. I like it. Okay, so I think we've discussed World versus World enough.
Yeah.
We've done a good job.
And we covered everything.
I look forward to the comments where everybody tells us we don't know what we're talking about.
Think about this. At least Brazil isn't going to get called irrelevant.
Well, I don't think Brazil is any more relevant.
Revenant.
Honestly, Revenant.
I've always thought Brazil to be very relevant in every other tea time, but in this tea time, he's very irrelevant. This is the one tea time I would say he is the most irrelevant.
That's
so
true.
That comment
might be accurate. Yeah.
Might be accurate, unfortunately, in the first time.
Yeah. That's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
I agree. Brazil is very revenant.
Revenant. Brazil is a revenant. He's an irrelevant revenant. But yeah. Okay. In that case, should we do a cheeky wrap up? A little bit of a wrap up? All right.
Sounds good.
Time to chill. Time to chill as hard as possible. MMO Inks. Who are you?
Talk about today?
What?
You can follow me on YouTube at MMO Inks.
There we go. Let me just oh wait, it's gonna post Brazil's name anyway. Oh, it didn't though. Okay.
Oh.
Why didn't it do that? It should have done it, but it didn't. Whatever. Never mind.
It knows. The bot knows.
Yeah, it knows.
It's become self-aware.
Yes, it's time to sell out. So everyone, subscribe to MMO Inks. Follow him on Twitter. Oh, actually, never mind.
Yeah. Forget the Twitter.
Forget the Twitter thing. All right. What about World of Enders? Who is this? Who is this mysterious, this man of mystery? Man who has found his glasses.
I'm Boots from World of Enders, not to be mistaken with Bootsy Wootsy. I am Boots with no Z. Don't spell my name with 2 T's, as many double letters as possible. But you find me at World of Enders on YouTube and Twitter, because I didn't delete mine like some people.
Do it. All right. And last of all, it's not Brazil. It's not Brazil. It's me. You can find me right here on Twitch. I'm here all the time. You can't get rid of me. The gift that keeps on giving. So follow the stream, and then I would recommend a subscription. Okay, you're gonna become a legendary insight. So 150 of yourself, and you can get legendary armor whenever that is coming. And also, you get access to emotes. I mean, look at these emotes. Think of all the other streamers you can go into and troll with these emotes. We got Teapot Thonk. We got Teapot What. We got Teapot EZ. We got Teapot Mimesis. We got Teapot DPS. We got Teapot Clown. We got Teapot Game. You know, all of these things are just amazing, high-quality emotes, guys. And that's why it's time for you all to subscribe. There we go. Shilling done.
What's this new one? Teapot Thonk?
Yeah, it's good. Look at it.
It's good. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Teapot What? I like it. Good stuff.
There we go.
Those eyes.
Subscribe today.
Yeah. Subscribe today.
Do it. Face. I love it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's gold.
It is gold, and you too could have some of that gold for the low price of $4.99 a month. So there we go. And then follow, because come on, you need to follow the stream. You look at the education we've doled out today. I mean, come on, come on, guys. You've learned from us.
We need Brazil back. We need Brazil.
Yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back. You can't get rid of him for long.
All right. Good.
But yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Oh yeah, go subscribe to my YouTube as well. I'm actually making videos now. Guys, we've actually got high quality YouTube content coming out right now. You can see the challenge modes. You can see how to play Minstrel Chrono. Like Minstrel Chrono, which is going to be made like irrelevant by Evercron 13 next week, apparently, by Regendroid. Fucking rip me. Holy shit. But that's fine. That doesn't matter. Still subscribe anyway, and then follow me on my Twitter, which is also not deleted. And you know, now nearly 1,400 followerinos, so we're catching up with Inks' account, but which doesn't even.
That's not even active.
That's not even active anymore. But yeah, I will sub whenever Nemesis returns to Tea Time. Sorry, Mr. I really wish Nemesis would come back. Like, hopefully for the next expansion, he just makes a video and it's just a picture of him and he's back. But unfortunately, I don't think that's I don't think that's gonna happen.
Where he says, "I'm back."
Yeah, and he just starts shit talking people. Honestly, if he starts shit talking me, I don't mind. Like,
the mic.
It's a privilege to be shit talked by Nemesis. No joke. Like, come on. Like, I just want him to come back. He just starts smack talking. He like calls QT trash. He calls HT trash. Calls fucking KA trash. All the NA guilds trash. Calls Hamato trash. Calls me trash. Calls everyone fucking garbage. Like, that's
well, honestly,
what I want him to do.
I didn't see QT soloing the first boss.
Yeah,
and
that's a good point.
So I don't know, man.
That is a good point, actually.
I don't know.
But yeah, good old Nemesis. He'll be missed. But it's time to host someone. Should we host Nike? Let's host Nike. We haven't hosted Nike for ages.
We should.
Because I'm sure he'll be doing some kind of
Cops are always coming.
I don't know what he's doing, actually. Let's see what he's doing. The cops are come to arrest Inks for his Twitter account.
Damn it.
But let's, yeah. Nike's probably doing some fractals or some shit, or like farming silver waste. I don't even know. That's just what he does. He likes that gold. He likes that cash. Thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you later. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll do raids tomorrow. You can watch me flame my raid team tomorrow, okay, guys? Watch me shit talk people tomorrow. Come back. Yeah. See you later.
Yeah.
Best chrono in the game. Feels amazing, man.